Hi, everyone. It's Tran. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, ladies, do not let this pandemic stop you from growing, creating, living, and most importantly, taking care of yourselves. Joining us now is life coach extraordinaire Quavi, who has a special reveal. Um, Quavi, I'm so excited about this big thing that you have planned for us. So,
Yes, thank you so
we're going to
much.
end 2020 on a bang, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
We're going to end 2020 on a bang, right?
Oh, for sure. Listen, so many things have happened, but I just believe that there's still good in 2020, and you can still end 2020 on a high note. That's the goal.
All right.
Yes.
So, drum roll. What do you have
Yes.
planned for us?
So this is something that has been percolating in my brain. And when I reveal it, I'll tell you a backstory to it, which was kind of interesting. So I have decided to have this amazing virtual event for women in midlife, specifically for women in midlife. And the event is going to historically, midlife isn't a time that people really celebrate, but this event has been it's been designed to celebrate women in midlife. And it's funny, when I got the idea, I was like, oh yes, I'm excited, I'm going to do it. And then you know what happened?
Oh, no.
Fear.
Uh,
Fear. I was like, and the name of the conference is The Time Is Now. Now is the time. So I came up with a name, and then fear. Like I was like scared. So I said, okay. And then what was strange was I now started thinking, and I'm a coach, so I had to coach myself. And I
wow.
said, well, Kwafi, guess what? The name of the conference is The Time Is Now. So why are you trying to, this is the time for you to do this. So I kind of went back and forth. And you know what I did? I ended up calling all the speakers that I needed for the event. And once all of them, I said, okay, you know what? I'm just going to do it, even though I was scared, because I said, if all of them agree, then I'm doing it.
Right.
Guess what? They all agreed.
You're on. So, what are you scared about? What are you scared of?
It was just, there's going to be so much planning and I have to market. It's a lot. I just was like, the fear just kind of gripped me. And it's funny because in the beginning, I was so excited about it. And then when it came down to actually putting it down on paper and figuring out how it will all work, I'm like,
Yeah, I know. I think women, especially, we have a way of talking ourselves out of something because it's one, it's the fear of doing all this work, but two, that people won't show up. People,
yeah, that too.
people may not
May not
like it.
come.
Right. So, but what I like that you are saying the time is now is that it's now no matter what. Like it's never ever going to
Yeah.
be a perfect time.
No, there isn't. And I think a lot of us women, we're so quick to put our schedules on hold for others very quickly. Like I'm sure if I poll the audience now that are listening, how many of you have rescheduled your kids' appointments or your husband appointments? Probably never. Your own appointments, I can bet more than once. We do that to ourselves.
Yeah, like for whatever reason, we don't feel like we are important enough. So, let's talk about this event. There's
Yes.
a lot going on. There's a pandemic going on
Yes.
right now. So
Uh-huh.
why schedule something during this pandemic?
This is the best time. It's like if you keep on waiting, what are you waiting for? This is a time of uncertainty. We know that already. Hi, Michelle.
Bye.
This is a time of uncertainty. So why not do it? It's like you're waiting. What are you waiting for? Now, I really believe that we create our own schedules. Things might happen, but if you keep on waiting, what are you going to wait until what happens? It's like you keep on waiting, like, oh, when my kids get older, I'll do this. Or, when this happens, or when I lose weight, this happens.
Mhm.
Do it now. You can start right now. There is nothing that says you can't do it now. While you're, doing whatever you want to do, you can start now. There's
Right.
no either or.
And yes, and I used to be that way too. I'm going to wait for the right moment to use this or to do this or to try that. And then next thing you know, you look up and it's like, oh my goodness, it's been not months or days, but years.
Years. And
Right.
see, my goal is I want to give women the chance to live a regret proof life. Seriously. I see it all the time. Women just kind of going with the flow. I'm like, no, no. they're like, oh, I'll use this when this. I'm like, listen, you have China, use it. You have that dress. Listen, during the pandemic, it was funny. During the pandemic, sometimes I'll just make up and wear clothes. And my kids and my husband like, where you go? I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just wearing my clothes.
Doing it for me.
Yeah.
So let's go through this rundown.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about the panel. So on the panel, you have Dr. Sonja Wright. She's a physical sexual counselor and life coach. Brig Johnson, who's an RN life and mindset coach. Lisa Washington, our friend Lisa, yoga, meditation practitioner, nutrition and wellness coach. I can tell you she's the real deal. She's actually helping me out with my nutrition. And of course, Bobby, who is a weight and life coach. And so I want to say thank you for inviting me to be the host and moderator. I find that this is going to be, it's work, but for me personally, I'm going to learn so much from all of you. So why did you choose this panel, these people?
Because I think they cover 3 areas that women typically do not talk about. They don't want to talk, but they want to know the information, but they just don't know how to navigate it. So for me, I'm like, this is a time, let's have a discussion. Let's have a space where we can all get together and talk about these things. So I'm so excited.
Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me in midlife? Right. All those questions.
Right.
And so how is that going to work? How is your virtual event going to work?
All right. So we have Dr. Sonja Wright, she's a radiologist actually, and she's also a life coach, and she is also a sexual counselor. So she's going to talk about sexual therapist, and she is going to talk about all things for women in midlife and sex. So we're going to talk about between the sheets, all of it, and talk about how, for us as we get older, the differences, what happens, the challenges, but also knowing that there are options, So we're going to talk about all of that because I think when you get older, it's different.
Right.
But it's, we can still do it. But it's different.
That's right. We still got it.
Yeah.
And the self-care and the wellness is so important because I think we talk about all the time, self-care, just taking time. And it's not just the manicures and pedicures.
Oh, no.
Beyond that.
It's so far beyond that. Oh, yeah. It's way beyond that. It's like taking care of yourself and knowing that, putting yourself as a priority, knowing that you need to take care of yourself so that you can take care of the ones around you that you love. Because you can't keep going without really taking the time to take care of yourself. And that could be, taking the time to meditate. It could be just taking 5 minutes in your day just to chill and say, okay, kids, hubby, can I just get a moment here? That's it.
And then the big thing, I think, for us in midlife is the nutrition and the eating and digestion. I think we are constantly, it's different. When you're in your 20s, your metabolism is much higher. You can eat and drink whatever you want. So we're going to totally dive into that as well.
Yes, we're going to do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Lisa's going to talk, but the first thing she's going to do that I'm really excited about is she's going to give us a guided meditation so that we can set the intention for the event. I want every single woman that attends this event to leave feeling that she got something out. And when she leaves, I want her to be able to at least take steps towards at least one goal when she leaves, because I know women have a number of things they're working on, but I want to at least take one step towards, and I want them to be pushed in that direction and be so inspired and motivated by the event. They're like, you know what? I'm not going to use age to prevent me from doing this.
Right. I think it's going in, having the right mindset. I do love that. Okay. So talk to us about the date, time, all the details so we can.
All right. So let me talk. Okay. So let me go with the panel first, and then we'll talk of the date and the time. So the next person on the panel is Brig Johnson.
Yes. I've heard. Yes.
And she is going to, she's an amazing coach. She's also an RN, and an RN, registered nurse, just in case. But what she's going to do is she is going to give a talk about showing up and living life with your mistakes. Actually, she doesn't use mistakes. She uses another word. F-ups. Right. But, because it happens, but we're so hard on ourselves. We need to show compassion for ourselves. It's like sometimes the way we talk to ourselves, we wouldn't even talk to our worst enemy the way we talk to ourselves sometimes. And that has an effect on the way we show up in the world. So I'm so excited because she's amazing. And then we have Lisa that's gonna guide us through the meditation and just set us ready and prime us for all the goodness that we're gonna get. And I'm gonna be talking about a little bit about health and wellness, but that day I'm really gonna be talking more about women showing up.
Mm.
We are not showing up the way we need to. And we really need to do that because I think that there's a movement going on for midlife women and we really need to be part of this. When we show up the way we're supposed to show up, it's a domino effect. Our husbands show up in a different way, our kids show up. It's like everyone levels up, but we need to set the stage. Women are way more powerful than we realize. I mean, we do so many things. And midlife women, especially, we've raised kids, we've had different jobs, we've had side hustles. I mean, we've done so much along the way. And when we get to the stage, we kind of discount all of that. We're like, oh, we haven't really done anything. And you want to sit down in the sidelines. I'm like, no, this is the time to show up.
And the
And
beauty of it, yeah, and I've learned this from you. The beauty of it is it's okay to fail. And so what?
yes,
Fail. We're doing it, right?
yeah, you're doing it. I always say when you fail, you have two options. You either tweak it and do it again, or you decide, I've done that. But one thing you'll never do, you'll never regret that because you did it. You made an attempt. So it's not one thing you're going to say, oh, down the line, like, I wish I had tried that. You tried it. It didn't work. Or, you tweaked it and you tried it again.
Yes. And the wisdom of being over 40 and being in midlife is that I think a part of us, we do have enough confidence to say that's okay. I mean, we're really doing it for ourselves. So I love everything about this because you're touching on everything. And sometimes we don't realize like we need that until it's too late.
No, I don't think so because I think women in this age group fall into three buckets. You have the ones who are aware and are ready to keep on growing. And they have that growth mindset. They want to learn more and more and more. You have the second bucket where they're kind of aware, but they're not really sure. But they know something isn't quite flowing the way it needs to. And then you have the ones that are completely unaware. But when you tell them, they're like, oh my, they're ready. So, and those are the women that I want at this event. The ones who already know but are growing and want to learn more because we learn from each other. The ones who kind of know but they're not sure how to navigate, and the ones that are not even aware, but then you tell them and they're like, oh my word, So
right. And then you're going to have a team of people who are going to
and it's going to be so much fun. This is not going to be your run-of-the-mill Zoom meeting. We're going to have interactive games. We're going to have a contest for masks. So when you sign up, you get to you take a picture and send in your mask. We're going to have one that is got a category for innovative mask. Okay. We're going to have a classy mask category, and then we're going to have the baddest mask in the room.
Ooh, okay.
Blinged out, over the top mask. So we're going to have three categories. And we're going to have question and answer. I want women to be fully engaged. This is not the one where you just kind of sit down. I know it's, from your home, but I want people to be fully engaged. And I want women to show up in an outfit that makes them feel powerful and fabulous. And that could be whatever it is to you.
I love it. So it won't feel like you're not doing it in person. This is very involved. Okay. Yeah. So the time is now.
Yes.
The date and the times.
And the date is Saturday, November the 7th. And it's from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. And so talk to us about the cost, how many people can we include?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's $97. And that's the gold ticket. If you want the platinum ticket is $247, and that comes with everything that the gold comes with, but you get 6 coaching sessions, then you get a special gift box that I've labeled. Goodness, what's the name? I gave it a special name called goodness. My mind.
Before the reveal.
Happens in midlife sometimes. It's like, But I gave it there's a special name for the box, and then you'll get that at home also, and that will be shipped to you. Now, I have to say, because I know there are some viewers who are outside the United States, that option is only for those in the United States, because I want to make sure I mail it and you get it on time before the event.
I love that. There's just those little special touches that.
Yeah. And then the name of the gift box came to me now.
Okay.
Mindfulness in Midlife. That's the name of the gift box. It's going to have all kinds of little things, to kind of, because for me, mindfulness means that you're being present, you're being aware. And I want you to feel that.
Yes. And this is like you have to show up and be present. That doesn't mean that we don't want people to overthink it. You're not there to be tested and quizzed and
this is just, you come as you are. You come as you are. I believe in that philosophy. Start where you are. Just come. It's going to be fun.
Okay, so let's talk about where we can get tickets, and is there a deadline?
Yeah, so I'm gonna post the site once we're done, and people can you can start purchasing tickets. Registration is open, so you can start to purchase your tickets. And I have different questions on there. So if you want to find out, know more about the speakers and the dates and about the mask contest, all that's detailed. And also, I've also taken the time on that site to really talk about the reason why I'm doing this. I really want to be able to give women that gift of knowing that they can show up even in midlife. I've spoken with a few women, and I was kind of heartbroken because they felt that now that they were in midlife, that they were invisible. And I don't think anyone should ever be made to feel that way. Everyone wants to be seen, heard, and valued. So thinking that because you're in this phase of your life that you're now kind of invisible, I'm like, no, we need to change that. We're still you can do so many things. Do you know how many people have done things in their 50s and 60s?
Oh, yeah. Yes, started their lives over even with something complete. Yes, no, I think there's something just beautiful about midlife women because they have that confidence.
Yes.
So everyone out there, we're going to have the information posted on this page. Share it with your friends. Join us. I mean, it's going to be a party.
Yeah, you know how we roll.
Yeah, we do. So there will be beautiful outfits and cool masks and lots of chatting and making new friends. And so thank you so much for doing this, Kwabi. I love it. I love that, I think I kept hearing from ladies who are like, I'm going to throw away 2020.
Oh, no.
No, we're not going to throw this away. Let's embrace it. What are we going to do?
And one thing I want to say about that, don't throw away 2020. I know some people are like, I'm going to write 2020 off. There is one thing you have to realize. You have grown through 2020. Mm-hmm. You have learned so much through 2020. And that means a lot. You were the same at the beginning of 2020 till now. So please do not see, this is all about the mindset and changing the way you think about it. This is part of it, where you now think differently and realize that, what did I learn from this? You learned a lot from COVID and the shutdown and all that went through it. So please don't discount it or disregard it. It has shown you and taught you a lot of lessons, and we can learn from that.
Well, thank you. And that's how we will end this. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to this party. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great day.
Yeah. Thank you, Tran.
Bye-bye.
Bye.